Hello, my name is Mark Cicatello, and I'm one of the HR consultants here at Employers Council. I recently wrote a bulletin article titled International Business Travel is Complicated. I wrote the article because international business travel is on the increase for companies of all sizes. I know this because you also, when there's questions, I get those calls. There's one word about international travel that I want to bring to your attention, and that one word is mindset. When you have a person who's about to board an airplane, to cross an ocean, or to a border, I want you to reverse the situation. Meaning, how would the U.S. treat an international business traveler who arrives at a U.S. airport? The international officer at the airport would probably ask that business person arriving from Peru 2 questions. One of them is, what is the nature of your visit? Or, how long will you be staying? If the answer is, I'm going to start a new division of our company, and I will be here for about 14 months, they may ask that person to take the next flight back to Peru without the proper documentation. The same thing can happen to your employee if you are not prepared. So what do you need to consider? A few things. 1, does the person need permission to work in that country? If they do, they will need a work visa. 2, how long will they be in that country? The length of time will determine if your employee owes taxes in that country. 3, labor laws. U.S. labor laws apply to everyone in the U.S. That's the same if you are in France or Canada or Poland or Brazil. Labor laws of that country apply. So you need to know what those labor laws are. And statutory rights outside of the U.S. are far more prevalent than they are inside the United States. 4th, benefits. Paid time off is often dictated by governments or trade unions versus determined by the organization here in the U.S. Severance is an example. If you terminate an employee while they are in country, you may find that you owe them more than what you think. Lastly, you need to be careful that your employee does not accidentally create what's called a permanent establishment. That could trigger corporate tax liability versus personal liability. Now, you may not be a company that has international employees, but you might have an employee that comes to you and asks if they could do their job from, say, London or Rio or Paris. So you say, hey, they're a good employee, and technology is such that it's possible. But these serendipitous international employees can be very, very complicated. So what do I suggest? I suggest you say, wait, let me call the Employers Council. Now, one thing else that I want to mention to you. On October 10th, we are going to have an international conference right here at the Council. We're collaborating with several of our members on this conference. For example, Karen Gerwitz is the CEO of the World Trade Center. Karen will be here to talk about the kind of resources the World Trade Center has for people who are going to export products or services. John Beck from EKS&H is going to be here talking about tax. Jason Exley from Shield GEO will talk about employment options. Danielle Urban from Fisher Phillips will talk about international labor law. And our own Sherry Lynn, our immigration attorney, will talk about immigration issues. We will also have a segment on culture and global mindset. You can register for the conference by phone or online. Arrivederci.